Hi there guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. You know how it works now. Grab your teas, grab your coffees, maybe a little bit of food, and let's do this. Okay, and you know how it works, guys. We're going to take a quick sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on. Oh yes, going on my Spyro coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you're into retrospectives, complete embossed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you're really enjoying the Artsy Gamer mess and madness, then oh my gosh, put on that notification bell, Howard by Tails there. Well, actually, guys, we are going to zoom back up into the future.
We've got Crash, like, stuck to the front of a goddamn rocket.
And we're actually going to be sticking with the PlayStation 5 today. Actually looking at the PlayStation 5 controllers, the DualSenses, shall I say. Yeah, and I just wanted to do this video today because, yes, I do know a lot of people are picking up the PlayStation 5 for Christmas, and I just want to make you aware of some little things with regards to white products today. Yes, now, if you are an OG member of the channel, you will know that I am a massive sucker for white. My whole apartment is white, my phone's white, my car's white, a lot of the aesthetics in my apartment are white. So, yes, I am a massive fan, and then, of course, when the PlayStation 5 came out all in white, I was like, yes, 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 baby. So, you know, that caught my eye in general. And of course, I had to get all the white accessories. Yes, it was a must for me. But there are some things that I do need to make you aware about if you are looking to kind of go down that white look. Not many people do, mainly because they are a nightmare to keep clean. And yes, that is exactly what I want to point out today. With regards to what things you might see, what things with regards to mess and grime you might come into contact with these controllers. But also, as we are on that, I do want to take a little time to stop and look at the beautiful design of the DualSense and look at the beautiful, on this one, lovely art design that has been printed on this one. So yeah, and again, also the different colors actually as well. You know, you may be thinking you're picking up a white controller. Well, actually, yeah, this one is very pearly with regards to this one is actually more a little bit creamy. So yeah, I will be doing a bit of a color comparison as well, because a lot of the images that you see online don't really give you the full representation of the actual white color. So yes, I will be doing a little bit of that today as well. So yes, guys, I think I got all my words out there. They may have got a little bit jumbled, but you know how it is on the Artsy Gamer. It's rough and ready. So we're going to take a little sip and we're going to begin. So come on, join me. Oh, yes.
But you know how it is on the Artsy Gamer. It's rough and ready. So we're going to take a little sip and we're going to begin. So come on, join me. Oh, yes.
All right, then. So, yeah, here we go. So to start off with, we're going to basically talk about that grime and dirt that can get picked up on these controllers. Now, I will start off with the pearl one here, okay? And I deliberately haven't cleaned these just to take you to the camera, or show you to the camera, shall I say. Now, this is very common along a lot of controllers that I've used, even back on the PlayStation 4. And yes, my PlayStation 4 controller was white. And I started to notice like horrible bits of grime that would get picked up just where you would grip the controller, in between, and also not so much here, but you would get a lot of grime just on the outside of your DualSense and PlayStation 4 controller as well, sorry. And I was like, gosh, why is that picking up such a grime? Especially when I actually game in the morning, and I shower in the morning as well. I go gym, shower. So my hands are pretty clean. They haven't been at work all day, you know, grabbing bits of metal. I'm a personal trainer, so, you know, I'm very much in an environment that is very metal heavy, shall I say, and, you know, picking up weights, and it's all very grimy. But I generally gym, shower, and then boom, I'm here. So my hands are always pretty clean. So it is literally just, I would say, I think sometimes maybe if I put my hairspray in a little bit, my hands can get maybe a little bit sticky. And then, I don't know, I might go to pick up something and then you just get general grime on your hands. And yes, absolutely. As you can see there, it really does just stick to the controller. And unfortunately, because this is white, it really does show up. And again, even with my more creamy model here with the Ghost of Yotei one, you can start to see that yes, it is starting to pick up that grime there where my fingers are resting. So yeah, that is not great and something you do need to be mindful of if you are looking to go down that white aesthetic look with your PlayStation. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. That is not nice at all. And what makes it worse is that, especially with the Pearl edition here, you've still got those tiny, tiny X, square, triangle buttons. And it seems to really kind of get into the nooks and crannies of those little features there, which is really not great at all. So I think that's why it really does stick to this one maybe a little bit more so than the Yotei one, because this is a smoother finish, I would say. It does still have the X, square, triangle buttons, but just from just generally feeling it, they don't seem to be as prominent. I could be incorrect there, but they just definitely don't seem to be as prominent. But yeah, there you go. They are kind of starting to stick in with those buttons as well. So yeah. Now, ways to get your grime off. And I didn't mention it when I did that clean of the PlayStation 5. Well, actually, it wasn't really too much of a PlayStation 5 clean. It was me dismantling the PlayStation and then I noticed there was a lot of grime and dust within that. All right, so we've got our panel here. Now, you can actually see that there was quite a lot of dust there. I'm now leaving dirty fingerprints on here. So probably what a good idea is after, you've kind of popped this back on, just give this a little bit of a wipe down as well with maybe a really, really damp cloth. But I did say, try not to use any kind of like baby wipes at all. It can leave like a bit of a residue in itself. But what I have found with the controllers here, if you do use just kind of like, I would say just a gentle baby wipe, nothing going on with too many chemicals in there, you can really kind of get the baby wipe, wrap it round and really kind of, and this looks very, very dodgy, I am aware.
Wrap it round and really kind of, and this looks very, very dodgy, I am aware.
Oh, baby. And kind of do this, and that seems to work wonders. I suppose you could use the same thing with like a big blue J cloth and maybe spray it. If you're a little bit too scared to use product, then maybe just a little bit of water will do. And again, you can kind of like wrap the hand round. But it is quite a big piece of material, those big blue J cloths, whereas a small baby wipe, you can know it's a little bit smaller and then you can just kind of do that, if you know what I mean. You're not then getting any water residue into any other areas where the buttons are, etc., which then could damage that controller further. And then again, if you see a little bit of residue that is left over from those baby wipes, and then maybe you could just get a bit of a damp cloth to just try and get it off there. That's just my opinion. That's what has worked well for me in the past, but of course you might have your own little routine, but that does seem to work best for me. And something you do need to be mindful of if you are getting a lot of white products, if you're wanting that white kind of setup for your PlayStation, because yes, some people might be doing that because the PlayStation aesthetic in general is all white and they might be wanting to go for that all white look. So yeah, just thought I would let you know about that and this one. But also, guys, it is very much the same for the normal DualSense, the standard DualSense you get as well. When you get that controller, after a while, after heavy use, yes, it does get all grimy at the back. It is not great. And the same goes for the PlayStation Portal. I will bring that one out in a bit. Yes, be very mindful of that. You are going to get a horrible grime as you grip that Portal there. So yeah, either you want to go down that route and you don't mind cleaning your products, or I would say actually just go down a more darker theme. For example, the all black. Yeah, that really, really works. I've seen a lot of setups with a lovely black, sleek PS5, and you've got the lovely black DualSenses on the go there as well. And they also have some limited editions in black as well. I believe the what was it? Oh my god, the mind's it's God, guys. I need a sip of coffee. My mind's gone. Is Death Stranding, guys? Death Stranding. Come on. Death Stranding has a really lovely limited edition controller, and that is pretty much all black. Also, The Last of Us as well. They've got such a sick controller as well. The Last of Us is a really, really lovely controller. I do actually want that one, but again, all black. So, you can pick and choose, but I just thought I would let you know that basically it's not great and you will need to look after your products. Right then, moving on. I would like to actually now look at the actual colours themselves. And it's the artsy game and we like to look at aesthetics and stuff like that. So yes, here we go. Now, I think I'm just going to go straight to the Yote one first. And I just want to appreciate the lovely stickers that are on this. Oh, I mean, come on. I just love the look of this controller. It has been done so well. And you know what? I would actually say one of the better ones that are out there with regards to the actual limited edition controllers that feature some sort of game. So yeah, this one and I think The Last of Us, yeah, hands down, I think are the best. But again, my personal opinion. But if we just take this a little bit closer here, I mean, come on, the gold shine on this really complements that whitey creamy colour. And this is not white, this is like an off-white. And again, this is something that I want to bring to the camera here. If you are looking to get some of these whiter, lighter products, some of those pictures online do not do it justice. So again, I'm really going to have to try and explain these colours to you. And this is a very off-white, okay? It's not bright Arctic white. Some products like to go by Arctic white. This is very cream. But I think it really does complement the gold shine there on the controller. Really lovely. And these are like brush strokes as well that has been used there. And in the game of Ghost of Yote, there is some really lovely bits of gameplay where you can actually paint some artwork. And I'm the arts gamer, I am all about that. And it's like traditional Japanese painting that you do then using the touchpad actually, and that has been taken and been basically put on here on the actual controller. It is the lovely traditional style brush strokes that are all painted around that wonderful controller there. Really, really well done. And these are just kind of brush strokes, but I love the fluidity of how it goes over that touchpad. And if your eyes aren't kind of drawn straight away, I believe that is Etsu there. It could just be another kind of paint splat. But as the eyes draw closer there, then yes, there is a character model there of Etsu just standing so tall with all of her weapons there and maybe a bit of her cape just blowing in the wind. And again, you can interpret this from many angles. Again, another feature in the game, a mechanic that is often used, is if you want to go a certain way and you put your checkpoint down, the wind will guide you in the direction. So not only are these paint strokes there, I believe these are kind of done in a way that is representing the wind effect that is used. So all round, it is a really holistic approach to this artwork, and I absolutely dig it. It is so wonderful how they have done this. It is really nice. And then I like how they have gone down this kind of like grey route, because I think, again, there are some very dark scenes in this game, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away at all. I know it is a very new game, but you've just some basic information. It's a revenge story. Etsu's family were pretty much mauled apart with the six enemies that tried to take out her family. It is a very dark story. So we've got the light and brightness up here of kind of like her successes on her way to take down all these enemies. But then you've got that darker effect there, which I would say would represent that more sinister approach to this game, very dark, very sad, very upsetting times that, Etsu experienced as a child. So I believe, that's maybe why they've gone down that route. And again, this is just my interpretations of an artist, but I want to give that it's something to talk about, and I think that it could be, it really could be. So yeah, and again, they have done that with the back buttons there, and again, of course, that complements it so well, doesn't it? So they've got that lovely grey feature, and then it is kind of presented on the back there as well. And of course, we've got the lovely Ghost of Yote logo there, really nice. And actually, another thing with this controller is that we have got subtle gashes in the actual controller, actually engraved into this bad boy, and I believe those are the slashes of the katana. Yote, I was about to, Etsu, not Yote. Etsu is basically, she's badass. She is cutting up everyone left, right, and center with her many katanas and many weapons. So I believe these are just gashes and slashes that, I don't know, maybe she's made against her enemies, maybe just out of rage against bamboo sticks. I think it's just, again, you can interpret it in many different ways, but it all could be a mix, just her anger, just taking out bamboo, slashing and gashing until she finds her next enemy. And then there might be a few cuts there and slashes and gashes from when she was taking out some of her enemies. So yeah, really lovely. And I really do appreciate how they are actually engraved into the controller as well. So yeah, really lovely. And what a beautiful piece this is. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection. It is really, really lovely. But yes, here we go. Now that is actually more of a cream. So moving on to more of the actual colours now. Now, here we go. I have got here the Pearl controller. Now, when I purchased this, actually about a year ago now, I got it for Christmas last year, I didn't realise how much of, I would say, a subtle green is used in this. It's ever so subtle, and it's only when the light catches it right. But there is a very, very subtle greeny effect there. And I guess to make it kind of like that pearl color, because as I said previously, this is not Arctic white or whatever you want to call it. This is pearl. So there is a slight green tint to it. And I don't know if there's any viewers that would agree, maybe disagree. I don't know. Again, this is my just opinion there. But when I have seen images of this, it does actually quite scream quite a white product. Very, very white, but no, there is a definite green tint to this, which I like. I actually really love. I personally really like that. So yeah, it's actually, if you look a little bit closer to the lower part of the controller here, that's where it is actually more prominent white. And then I would go, actually, yeah, Arctic white. That is very, very white there. So you can see the difference there. So yeah, just something to be mindful of if you're not a fan of kind of, again, I'm not too sure of the term, but sometimes you see those kind of like cars with those colours where when it shines on a certain surface with the light, it kind of shimmers into a different colour. They're quite often quite a dark purple, but then when the light cascades over the car, for example, it goes a kind of like green. Well, that is very much the same effect here that I believe is used. It's just this is a more whiter effect rather than like a purpley colour that you might see with those cars. I don't know, am I chatting rubbish there, or is that actually a thing? I've definitely seen some of those cars around, but yeah, that is the vibe that this controller has definitely gone for. So yeah, and again, now guys, do excuse me, I don't have the OG PlayStation 5 controller. It was basically because, and this is something that I want to get onto next actually, is my joystick, the actual material had ripped off, unfortunately. I had been smashing and bashing and crashing that joystick, probably when I was playing God of War. So yeah, unfortunately, the actual kind of joystick material here peeled away, and it was so unfortunate, and I was just left with like a plastic thing that was that is obviously underneath these kind of like rubbery textured membrane, would you call, just here. And so basically I sold it on. I actually took it back to CEX just to get a bit of money to actually then pick up the actual Ghost of Yotei one here, which I thought was quite a good idea because I needed a new controller, and I thought, yes, absolutely, Yotei's out, one of my favourite games. So that's what I went for there. But the PlayStation Portal is the exact same colour as the OG controller. So I just want to bring this one out here just to give you a colour comparison. Again, if you are kind of going down that white look. So here we go. So can you see that there? I think that is a really good example now of how that, you know, is not this kind of white, okay? If you're thinking you're picking up kind of like this white aesthetic look, a very kind of soft, I would say matte finish, then no. This is very much like a shine to it. Like I said, a subtle green there. And again, you can definitely see that comparison there. Obviously, this is a Portal, but if I just kind of just get that shot there, you can definitely see. And again, what's great about where I am, it does give you lots of kind of like lighting effects there. So yes, there you go. Very, very different, very different colors. And this is a representation of the OG PlayStation DualSense. Okay, so yeah, there you go. And again, I'll just do a little bit of a comparison with the Yotei one as well. And yes, you can see there, this is an off-white. This is actually, I would say, more of a cream. And again, that's the comparison there with the Portal, which is obviously representing the DualSense. But yeah, there we go, the OG DualSense. But yes, again, just thought I'd give you a bit of a comparison there with the white colours. So absolutely. I'll just pop my Portal back a minute. Yeah, so guys, yeah, there we go. I just thought I would show you that. But yeah, now I would love to do a little bit of an aesthetic appreciation for this beauty as well. Now, you know me, I love white. And yes, I really do dig this completely. It is so beautiful, and it works so well next to my PlayStation 5. I think the kind of like I said, the pearly, subtle green effect really works well. And then you are drawn into that soft matte white there. I think it works so wonderfully if you are looking for a sleek look to your PlayStation design. And this definitely does offer it. Yes, there's nothing fancy going on. It is all just white, but absolutely, if you know my PlayStation 5, it does have a white strip going down it. That is something I do want to bring up into a future video of smaller little tips and tricks to help you, you know, get the most out of your PlayStation 5 in regards to keeping it nice and clean and tidy. So yes, I will be doing a feature on that at some stage on this channel. And here is the lovely white strip, just located all the way around the front of my PlayStation 5, just to keep it nice and scratch resistant. But yes, if you're wanting a really lovely, sleek design, no mess, no tack, no nothing, okay, I believe you would need to get at least 2 of these, just 2 lovely white controllers. Or if you want to go on the flip side, just a nice stealthy black PlayStation 5 and then 2 black DualSense controllers. Absolutely, I think that will hit so well if you're wanting that lovely sleek design. Yeah, and again, really wonderful controller here. I really do love it, and again, very happy to have that in my collection. Oh yes, baby. Now, okay then, so yes, they are over here. I do recommend then, guys, that you do pick up some little joystick covers. Okay, unfortunately, You know, come on. I'm all white. I like white, but I don't actually have any white ones. You probably can get them online, but I just kind of went for some cheapy ones. So we got a mixture of colours in here. But, you know, if you're just kind of wanting to go down that sleek look, black or white will do. And I do recommend you go for something like that, because that will then prevent that gear stick rubber membrane from coming off. I have experienced it. It wasn't great. And then I was playing a lot of my Spider-Man, actually. I repeated Spider-Man with this horrible plastic joystick. Then my thumb was kept sliding off here, there, and everywhere. So I would recommend just picking up something really, really simple there. Don't know if the camera's going to focus on that or not. But anyway, it slips onto your PlayStation controller really, really wonderfully, and it stays there quite well, actually. I haven't had any problems with it just sliding off or anything like that. Amazon pickup, probably very, very cheap. What? £2 to £3. Of course, you can get some better ones. I know my again, an old-time OG subscriber of the channel, Simey, he's got a really lovely one, actually, that's quite big and prominent, and it's white, and it just, you know, it's quite a thick one. You might not want that. Like I said, these are very subtle, and if we're going for that subtle look, then yes, I would recommend. But if you are wanting something to maybe actually help out with the gaming side, rather than kind of like just keeping it nice and tidy and a prevention of kind of like that kind of rubber coming off, then yeah, you know, you can pick up some really awesome ones that are just a little bit higher that attach just to get a little bit of accuracy when you're doing, I don't know, maybe some first person shooting. So yeah, definitely look online. You know how it works now. But again, something I would recommend if you're looking to pick up a PlayStation 5 for Christmas and, you know, wanting to get a little bit of understanding with how to keep your product clean, how to keep them nice and sleek, and how to keep them safe and protected. So yes, absolutely, I would recommend getting one of those. Right, yes, well, guys, that is that. I did want to do that video today because, yeah, I do like looking at art and graphic design from more of a hardware standpoint as well. I love graphic design and all of that jazz as much as kind of pencil art and imagery that is seen in box arts and graphics that are used in games. So yeah, I'm very much an all-rounded lover of art. So yeah, even just down to looking at the actual design of the controller there really excites me and stuff like that. So yeah, I really do love the DualSense. I love that kind of futuristic look they've gone for. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love the DualSense aesthetics. And guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think? Do you love that beautiful design of the DualSense, or actually are you more of a fan of the OG PS1 controller? Let me know. I want to get these comments growing and flowing, baby. Yeah, I love reading everyone's lovely little thoughts.
Growing and flowing, baby. Yeah, I love reading everyone's lovely little thoughts.
Absolutely. But yeah, and again, just something to be mindful if you're going for those white products. Just keep them nice and clean, because that is definitely something you need to be mindful of with that dirt and grime that is likely to be picked up. But yes, guys, here we go. We are coming to the end of the video, and yes, we still need to do our Harry Potter advent calendar. So let's go and get it now. It is over on the shelf there, so I am going to go and pick it up now. 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. Yes, here it is. And are we on number 10 now? Are we cracking on through to number 10? Oh my gosh. Where is this month going? All right then, so where are we? Where's number 10? Oh my gosh, it is here. Wow. Okay, let's just pull it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just pop this to one side. Ooh. What have we got today? Who have we got today? And, oh, okay. David. Now, is this Cho? Is this Cho? It could be. It looks very oriental, if that makes sense. Is that her in her kind of like dress? But nevertheless, really, really beautiful, isn't it? How wonderful is that? Oh, really lovely stuff there. I believe that is Cho, but let me know down below, guys. Who do you think that is today? Behind door number 10. Right, and I'll pop that back in there. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Oh, let's get it in there. Woo! There we go. And I will close that off there, ready for door number 11 tomorrow in the Harry Potter Advent Calendar. Oh my gosh, baby. Right then, guys. And yeah. Oh, I thought it was going to fall over. Right, yes. And yes, we are going to continue just looking at some of the wonderful comments from our video where we got the 300 sub giveaway. It's been really fun reading all your comments with regards to your favourite Harry Potter game of all time. Or film, sorry. Film or game. One or the other. It's up to you. But yeah, I'm just going to pop a few other comments there. Just have a little look at. Yeah, it's really, really great. But anyway, guys, there we go. That is the Art of Gamer for another day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll use day too many times there. Over and out.